Hi everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I'm just doing a short video about my Asian pear, which is, this one's Hong Li. I've got two varieties. I've got a Shinziki and a Hong Li, and I've decided to come out and make a quick video because the wind's just died down a little bit, and it was raining earlier and it's now stopped raining, so I thought it'd be a good time to come out and make a 5-minute video and talk about my decision, what I'm not going to do to this plant that I was going to do. Now this one is my Hong Li. Sorry about the well, I'm not sorry about the bright light, but you know what I mean. This is my Hong Li, which is probably about, it's just over 6 feet tall, 6.5, 6 feet tall on top of the pot height. And as you can see, it's got a fairly bare stem. I got this one spring of last year, so spring of 2019, and it just had a single stem on it, and it produced these 3 branches at the top. And at the time I was a bit worried about the root system wasn't in particularly good condition, and I was deciding, I cut the top off it to encourage side branches, and the branches came at the top. I could have cut it shorter, but I didn't want to give the plant too much of a shock, so naturally it's developed these high up branches. A lot of people would have cut it down about between 40 and 50% of the height it was, and in hindsight I probably should have done. Now the plan was this spring, because I hadn't got the low branches that I needed, the plan was this spring to cut it back to just a bare stem about 1 metre high, about 3 to 4 feet high, I suppose, 1.25 metres. But I've noticed that, and I think you'll be able to see them, that at the tops of the branches have got some very fat buds, and there's one there as well, which are flower buds. So I've decided to let my heart rule my head, and I know this is going to prove to be the wrong decision. I'll probably regret it, but as I've only got 2 Asian pears and I'm getting older and I'm impatient, I've decided to let these buds flower and see if I get any fruits, because the roots are nicely established in the container now, so the plant itself is doing quite well. So I've decided to leave it and see if any flowers set. I know this is the wrong thing to do, but if you've got 10 Asian pears and you've got 7 or 8 in different stages of development, you're not going to worry if you cut one back, because it's not going to make any difference to you. But when you've only got 2 and you're impatient and getting older, sometimes it's nice to see them flower and see if you get 1 or 2 fruits set. So what I might try doing is, I've been reading up a bit about it, and my friend Woody has suggested that I could try notching below or above buds. And I've been doing a bit of reading, and if you cut a groove below a dormant bud on the stem, such as that one there, if you cut a groove below it, if I get this right, excuse me, this sneeze. See, that's good for the video, isn't it? If I've read this right, if you cut a groove below the dormant bud with something like a hacksaw, that will encourage development of a fruiting spur. If you cut the notch above the bud, that's meant to encourage growth of an actual lateral branch rather than the fruiting spur. So I've decided that on 2 or 3 of these dormant buds up the stem, I might try cutting a groove above 2 or 3 of the buds on opposite sides, just to see if anything happens. I don't want to go too mad, because it could end up killing the tree, which would be a complete disaster. So I'm going to let these these very fat buds are normally flowering buds, so I'm going to let them flower if they avoid the frosts and see what happens. And I'll do a short video of them in flower if they get that far. See if I come around this side, get a better view from there. Sorry about the sound, because obviously it is a bit windy today, so it's probably affecting the sound quite badly, and the fences are rattling and everything. But anyway, that's my Asian pear. You're going to find out later in the year that it was a disastrous mistake not to cut it back, but for once I've let my heart rule my head and ignored all the expert advice, and I'm just going to let it flower, see what happens. I had my first Asian pear last year off the Shinziki, and I would like to try a pear off the Hong Li. So we will see what happens. Thanks everybody for watching. It's Brett out for now. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Welcome to like the video. You can subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it, as I'm trying to build my channel. And obviously you can share the video if you think anybody you know might be interested. Thanks for watching. Catch up with you in the next one.